What's up, guys? I got you with another Dragon Ball Sparking Zero discussion video, and I want to talk about a problem that very few people are talking about. Now, of course, strong characters and broken skills is an annoyance, and it is one of those major contributors to why people cannot stand this game. But one thing that few people are talking about is the gameplay mechanics itself, because the mechanics of the game is what's making dealing with all of this broken stuff far more difficult than it needs to be. When I think of unbalanced, I think of the characters and the skills. The mechanics themselves is completely separate because the mechanics is something every single character can do. If the mechanics are properly adjusted, then the people should have a better chance of beating the odds when it comes to facing stronger characters and busted skills. So what I'm going to be talking about today is things that Spike can do to make this game better. So let's first start with short dashes. Short dashes should cost no ki. Ki is an extremely important resource in this game. You really need ki to stay on your opponent. There are so many ways to get knocked backwards in this game, dude. It's just insane. The fact that short dashes drains ki makes it very difficult to keep up with people that are over reliant on skills and supers. Those guys do whatever it takes to get away. And it's difficult to generate offense because you have to waste away most of your ki just to get close. So I feel like short dashes costing no ki would help generate some kind of offense, would at least help you keep up with those people that's just going to sit there spamming perception all day. Damage from supers and ki blasts should be lowered. It is very hard to generate offense, like I said previously, because super counters and ki blasts are very powerful disruptors of momentum when it comes to this game. Not only that, but it's so easy to get cheesed out of a close match with those damn ki blasts, and even getting hit with one super counter would take you out. So that's another reason why damage should be greatly reduced when it comes to both of those abilities. Super counters should either be tied to ki or a skill point to create risk-reward situations. And what I mean about that is people will now have to make a choice. Do you need to use resources to get out of a tight spot? Or you're just going to take damage in order to use some kind of ability that you really want to use, such as a skill or some kind of powerful super. So just making it where the super counter drains more of your resources will make people think twice about overusing it. Because I mean, dude, super counters is like the ultimate combo breaker that you can use at any time. Super counters just makes you feel like this game punishes you for being offensive when it comes to melee. Perception counters is also one of those moves that really makes you feel like you're being punished for being offensive, like in the most offensive way. I mean, dude, I feel like perception counters need to be timed with an animation and spends either a bar of ki or a skill point. Perception right now is so safe and easy, it's no wonder why people just sit there spamming that freaking move. It's just so fucking easy that it needs to be adjusted with an animation so it cannot be held, and every time it's used it takes away a valuable resource, which is ki. It'll just make it more difficult to abuse. Interrupted skills should have a skill point penalty. If a skill is interrupted and it costs, let's say, 3 points, right? They should lose 3 points. A really good example of this, a real easy example to talk about, is max sparking, since max sparking requires time for activation. Right now, every time somebody uses max sparking and is interrupted, they do not lose skill points, which means that they can try as many times as they need to. And that shit needs to be nerfed. That makes no sense. We have to make it make sense, guys. If a skill is interrupted, dude, there should be some kind of skill point penalty. It just makes sense. Which brings my next point. All powerful skills should require a few seconds to activate, like max sparking does, in order to make dealing with situations feel less cumbersome. Think of like a sensu bean, right? If a character has like a sensu bean, like Yajirobe, and you add a nice lengthy animation of where the character is reaching into their pockets or something to pull out a sensu bean, and if you stop them from actually consuming it, then they lose skill points. It's just that simple, man. Powerful skills need some kind of fix, and I just feel like that's the best way to do it. So let's talk about sparking mode, dude. That max sparking mode, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it should not allow infinite ki, man. Ki blast should spend the same amount of ki as it does when you're not in sparking. That way people would not be able to lock you up with constant ki blasts in order to get off cheap ultimates. Because there's some characters in this game that could just unload insane amounts of ki blast on you, pause, when in sparking mode. It's absolutely ridiculous to me. That shit needs to be fixed. Recovery needs to be faster. There are so many ways to get knocked away or knocked down to allow opportunities to activate a skill, so faster recovery would just help give players a better chance to stop powerful skills. I'm sure there are other things that we can talk about regarding this as well, but this is just some of the few key points that I wanted to share, because I feel like those few things would definitely help make dealing with stuff in this game a heck of a lot more manageable, and it makes more sense. If you have any ideas as to what Spike can do to make this game better when it comes to the gaming mechanics, hey, share your opinions in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, and if you do not like what we're talking about here and you want this game to be a piece of shit, then hit the dislike button on the Have a good one, guys, and have a blessed day wherever you are. Whether it's a video or a live stream, I can't wait to see you. Peace and God bless.